What's up, everybody? Make sure you smash that like button for your boy, and welcome to the Familia. What's up, everybody? It is your boy DC coming to you from the Grindhouse. Welcome to the Familia. Welcome to Hater Nation. How y'all doing out there? What we're gonna be getting into today is player reviews, and we're gonna be talking about the wide receiver position. Now, because you can start so many different wide receivers, I'm not gonna talk about the best wide receivers. I'm going to talk about the best wide receivers in those positions. Okay. Now, of course, we all know Odell Beckham Jr. and Randy Moss are the best wide receivers to have. I'm not going to talk about those. If you want to spend 5,000 coins or 5 million coins on MUT, if you want to spend $5,000 on MUT, you can go ahead and get those players. But if you are a type of person that's grinding and looking at good positions, this is the place for you to look for wide receivers. In my personal opinion, I'm going to say that because I am a Buffalo Bill fan, but the best wide receiver to have at the number one position right now is Andre Reed, best bang for buck. He comes in at 87 overall. He has 90 speed, 83 catching, 83 route running, and 90 jumping, which gives him the ability to catch the ball and secure it more times than not in those certain situations. Like I said, he has the 90 speed, so if someone presses you with a DB, he can cook them with that kind of speed. And he only comes in at around 40K. Now, I know there are probably better 87 overalls out there in the GOAT edition, but I'm so disappointed in the way they did the GOATs. I'm not going to talk about any of them because I think the whole thing was trash. They made people spend. When you had people spend, they don't make anybody do anything, but they had people spend more money for it. And the best that you can get is the 87 overall. Like, that's stupid. To me, if it's a GOAT, it should stand the test of time. But they don't. It should be just like the LaDainian Tomlinson. I should get tokens in order to keep completing them and make them better to have them at 99 overall because they're GOATs. But they're not. So we're going to keep that rolling. I'm very disgusted in that. Not going to spend too much time on that. But like I said, this guy right here, Andre Reed, is the best card to have at the price point. It's 40K. Really recommend going out there to get it. I did not like the 90 or the 91 because it did not have enough speed to cook. And if you don't know, if someone presses you and you got 90 speed, generally you can outrun him unless he has 90 speed himself. And there's not too many corners out there that have 90 speed. So if they press you in a cover 3 or cover 4 situation, you're going to be able to burn them with 90 speed. So really, really, really recommend this card. This Andre Reed is really great to have at the number one spot. So at the number 2 wide receiver position, the best card to have is, in my opinion, is this 86 overall Mike Wallace. Really, really good card to have. He has 88 speed, which is not as fast as the 90, with 83 catching, 82 out running, and 85 jumping. Really good at the number 2 spot. He's not a number 1 wide receiver, so he's not going to be really great at going down the field, but he will be great in those slants, those dig routes, those post routes, and he's going to be good at catching the ball in certain situations. Not really great in traffic, but decent enough to get it done. Really like this card, and it comes in around about 45K. And if you don't know, I talk about the team leader sets. I completed all of them on the AFC side, and I have a lot of them. I really like a lot of them because it gives you an 86 overall, and they're really good cards to have. So this is really good at the number 2 spot. Really good wide receiver to have there. So a really good wide receiver to have at the number 3 spot is this 90 overall Julian Edelman card. I really love this card in the slot because he comes in with a 90 catching traffic and a 90 catching with a 92 route run. So in between those spots in the middle of the field, you throwing it to him with a really accurate quarterback, he's gonna come up with the ball, unless you have that user guy out there who's picking everything in the middle, which is really rare to even see. A lot of people are try, but they're not as good. But this guy is going to be able to have good catching on those drag routes, on those slant routes, and on those dig routes on the middle. When you need to secure a catch and you need that extra 5 yards to get on like 4th and 5 or something like that, you need those. He's going to be a really great receiver to have in your slot position. Can't say too much about this card. Really love this card. Best card out there in the slot. best card out there in the slot. Once again, best card out there in the slot. So, and he comes in around, I believe at 100K, which is average. It's not too expensive, but it's not ridiculously cheap. It's about average for most wide receivers, around 90 overall, but really good in the slot. And another card to have really good at your number 4 is the kind of the same card as the Julian Edelman, but not as good, is going to be this Cole Beasley. Really good in the traffic catch at 85, route running 87, catching is at 86, jumping is at 87. So he's going to be really, really good to have on those underneath routes. 84 speed is not getting it done, but you can get up the field with 84 speed in order to get first downs. So those two inside receivers are going to be those guys that are going to be able to move the sticks for you down the field. So really, really like those 4 wide receivers in those certain positions. And of course, like I said, we all know the better receivers out there, so I'm not going to beat the dead horse on that. Those are my recommendations to have in those certain situations. And of course, we're going to talk about the other end of the receivers, which are tight ends here. So my number 1 favorite tight end to have is this Zach Miller card. I really love this team leader card. The reason I love it, he has 81 speed with 82 run block. So he's going to be the most versatile tight end you're going to have. He's at 6'5", so he can go up and go get it. He has 86 catching, which is absolutely incredible. 79 route running, which is really good for a tight end. And once again, he can block. That is probably the biggest feature about this Zach Miller card with 81 speed. Really, really like this. So as a number 1 wide receiver, or I'm sorry, number 1 tight end, you can use him in the run, you can use him in the pass. Really great card to have on both sides of the ball. So he's the best versatile tight end to have out there. The second one is the card I just sold. I'm sick that I sold it. I'm going to go back and get this card because I absolutely love it. But it comes in at, give me 1 second here. It comes in at around 40K, which is not too terribly expensive. It's not too terribly expensive, but it is a really, really, really good card to have. We're just gonna go programs here. Most feared. So the best card really have out there in tight end is this Evan Engram card. This is absolutely incredible. He has 88 speed at 6'3", coming out of your tight end position. So he can give you definitely a different look to have as far as the tight ends go. But he doesn't have the run blocking. It's only at 70. Like I said, he would be my number 2 spot. I'm going to get this card again, not right now, but I'm definitely going to put him back in my spot because just to have a tight end with 88 speed is absolutely incredible. He's not great in the blocking, but he's formidable. I can get it done on having him as the number 2 tight end. Love the Zach Miller at number 1, and him at number 2 would be a 1-2 punch that is almost unstoppable. So I really, 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 really recommend if you can get this card, keep this card. I would not turn it in because 88 speed is outrageous for a tight end. And the number 3 tight end to have that I really recommend is going to be here in 1 second. The loading is absolutely incredible in here. I love it. It's going to be this Antonio Gates. He also has 77 run blocks. So if you're running a lot of ace out there, you can use that as a 1-2 to put in different positions where they can block. What is really nice about him is his spectacular catch is 90. Route running is 86. Doesn't have a lot of speed, but he will secure the ball if you need it in that situation. So if you want to pair him and you want to make sure that you get the ball caught, I would rather throw to Antonio Gates than the Miller for those critical plays because he can get the ball and catch it a lot better. And he's a little bit, he's not as tall, but it's a really good card, a really good tight end to have as well. So that's pretty much it on the tight ends and the wide receivers, man. Thank you so much for watching the video. It's your boy DC out. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on those notifications in order to never miss an upload.